If you wanna get down, throw your hands in the air. Oh, yeah. Woo!
The features you've been missing are waiting for you with Spotify Premium. Unlock ad-free music and unlimited skips.
Hello, my name is Rupert. I am new here, but I am 30 years single.
And my name is Staub McStudmuffins, and I'm 30 years single as well.
Hey, it's okay. We got each other.
That's right. But we're still...
But no homo.
But we're still single.
Yeah, we're still single.
Nothing wrong about being homo
There's
either.
nothing wrong. Nothing wrong about homo or single. Woo! Welcome, everybody.
to the Doozy podcast.
Yes, you guys are probably thinking, what the hell is going on and what does that mean?
Well, we're talking about homo stuff.
Yes, of course. Which is...
Which is okay.
Which we are not that.
Which we are not that. But we want to be.
And so this is the podcast where we're going to give you all the tools you need to become successful in life.
Yeah, the tools you need. Yeah. And the best part is we're going to learn how to be successful ourselves.
That's
But we
right.
also teach you how to be successful yourself, whether it be just tips in life
Yeah.
or, I don't know, anything else besides that.
Makes sense to me.
I'm Alex, single stud muffin Staubalicious.
And I'm Kirk, self-love, Koz.
Kirk, what are we talking about today?
Well, if it isn't already apparent from the way that we've been acting, we're going to talk about how to be single.
Yeah.
A single
You can tell why
person.
we're single.
Yeah.
At this point.
In this episode, we're locked in this room. We're single for an episode.
Yeah,
Yeah.
correct.
Yeah. But, this month is not just, it is a month of love, February.
It is.
And, I think a lot of people get caught up in the fact that, like, oh, I need somebody to complete me.
Yeah.
But,
You don't.
You
You
don't
don't- yeah,
necessarily.
you don't.
And frankly, if you get to a point where you know that you don't need somebody else to complete you, then it's so much easier to get in a relationship. Because this month is not just about Valentine's Day and a month of love. No. It's also, dare I say, Singles Awareness Month.
Yes. If you didn't realize how single you were, now you will.
You really know.
Now you're really going to get
Exactly.
it. But, look, have you ever been single, Kirk?
Well, it has been very, very apparent. I've been open to our entire following that I used to be a serial monogamist. For about 15, 16 years of my life, single. I don't know how my baby self wasn't in a relationship. But,
Yeah.
I've been single. I get just so caught up because it's like, I've been single, but also I've been a serial monogamist. So it's almost like...
See, I've been a single lone ranger, I'd say, most of my life. I've had loves, I've had relationships. They didn't last.
You've had flings.
I've had flings. They didn't last too long, but it was all just because I was just trying to figure out that self-love.
Absolutely.
I was the most important relationship was the one with yourself.
Fucking amen to that. You know, and we're doing this episode because a couple of our followers reached out to us personally. They're like, we would love to do this episode. And I think there is so much nuance to being a single person, especially during this month.
Those could be the greatest days of your life.
It can.
You don't have to answer to anybody. You don't have to think about anybody else.
Yeah.
You can go out and do the craziest shit. You don't have to text anyone, hey, I'll be back, or blah, blah, blah. you just go out and you want to go out to the bar and then go to some Asian massage parlor with happy endings at like 3 in the morning. You can do that and then go to work.
They're still open at 3 a.m.?
Well, the
one
ones
that
I
went to. But it's true, dude. It's true. Some of the best years of your life can be when you are just living with yourself and your own wants, your own goals, the things that you want to do for you.
Right.
Because I know for me personally, this month has always been a lot for me, especially when I was single and stuff, because I grew up with this mentality that I needed somebody. And it literally wasn't until like 4 or 5 years ago that I was like, oh, wow. Like, it was I've talked about this last year. It was a conscious moment that I realized, oh my God, I need to be alone. Like, I am not showing the people that I am or were with the love that they deserve. And that's not me trying to take a high road like I'm a fucking saint that I broke up with somebody.
You got to go through.
But you have to be okay with single life.
You have to. I loved the single life.
Because frankly,
I knew I was going to end up with somebody eventually one day. But I wanted to enjoy it as much as I could. And I did.
Well, I think it's also mentality where single, to me, it's like you just got to know that you are a singular human being, that you have to like work on making sure that you become 100% yourself. Because if there's somebody said that if, oh my God, this is a great quote that somebody said a while back. It's like, if you only love about like 50% of yourself and you're in a relationship with somebody and like they love you like 60%, you're still not like, you're like, oh my God, this is amazing. But the self-love isn't there. You're not really reaching your full potential. And the best way to do that is to really embrace the freedom of single life, because you can fully become yourself, love yourself, your goals, what you want to do with your life. And when somebody comes along, and hopefully they will for you, it's like, it's a fire collab.
That's the longest quote I've ever heard in my life.
I couldn't fucking
Someone
remember.
said that? Yeah.
No, I couldn't remember what it was.
No, look, when you're in a relationship, what I've heard, and like something that I've learned is like when two people are in a relationship, they both have to be at 100% with themselves.
Exactly.
Because then when you come together, everything else is just extra and awesome. It's not like you're not codependent. You're both 50 and you become 100 when you are together. Then that breakup, or like you're going to be so dependent and just blinded by so many things.
Which is why I think so
it's just toxic.
Which is why.
Because you're not that person. You're together because you guys work together well and are a great team. You're not that you have to become like the same person and just destroy each other.
That's exactly why last year when I had my on how to break up episode, I went on a fucking tangent about how do not stay friends with these people. What are you doing? You are not giving yourself permission to really move on or to be yourself.
Well, I think that exes definitely
exes, no.
But I think that if you're having like a fling with somebody, you could definitely still be friends with them afterwards. You could be like, we're just friends, whatever. I believe in that.
There's a possibility to talk it through and stuff. Yeah. I think another reason why we're doing this episode and it kind of works out well is because
being single.
Well, no. No, it's because last week was just such a huge episode of a perfectly healthy love.
Right.
Fucking put the mic in the fucking... You're not talking into the fucking mic.
And as
we gotta balance it out, right?
As aggressive as that seems, it's just playful. It's what it,
Exactly.
Yeah.
And before we jump into these tips, we have the top 7 tips.
On how to be single.
How to be single.
Nice.
I would say the best thing is when you have the communication to be able to, when you're in a relationship, to be able to be like, I just need a little me time, or I need time with the boys, or, oh, I'm going to hang out with the girls. And if you can understand that and not feel like that is an affront or an insult to you, like, oh my God, you don't want to spend time with me?
Right.
Then you're fucking set, And I think single life has helped me personally with that, to be able to be like, oh, my girlfriend, Becca's going to go do her own thing. And I'm perfectly fine being alone, And I think it takes a little journey to get there. So we have the top 7 tips.
Yeah, you only cry like 5 minutes now when you're by yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It used to be like, oh my God, 25,
yeah, 25,
30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was bad.
It was really bad. I used to call you and FaceTime you.
And then now I don't answer. I'd be like, hello. You'd be like, I'd be like, click. Okay.
No, now if I ever call, I do voice messages to you and Jose, and I'm like,
I'm alone. Yeah.
Anyways, let's jump into these guys. I know you single guys and gals are just getting so impatient. They're like, give me the goods. Give
you
me
want the
tips.
goods?
Give me the tip.
I'll give you the tip.
Okay, so we're going to jump right in. The top 7 tips on how to be single. We've already started to talk about it. Top 7 tip is focus on self-care. At first, being single might not seem like much fun, but it's actually a really good chance to get to know yourself and to take responsibility for your own well-being. Take good care of your mind and body. Start with basics like exercising, following a healthy diet, and getting enough sleep. Then, care for yourself by building on that, like finding stress relief techniques that work for you. Setting healthy boundaries with the people in your life, or learning habits for keeping your space tidy.
Yeah, you gotta self-care.
Yeah.
You gotta learn healthy habits. You gotta take care of yourself, because when you do start to date again, and people start to come over, like they'll be like, oh, this guy's got his shit together by himself. I want to enter, this world with this guy.
Well,
it's like, you go over and it's a fucking mess, and there's just food everywhere, and it's just whatever. They'd be like, I don't really. Yeah, if you're single and you don't want to be single anymore, take care of yourself.
You don't want to be the person who you are waiting around for a guy or a girl to be like, hey, you should learn how to do your laundry.
Right.
Or, hey, you should learn how to do your dishes in the matter of a day before you put them in the fucking sink.
Yeah.
Or you should learn how to clean up your space and stuff, and not have it be like, oh my fucking God, a girl's coming over. It's been 30 years. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let me clean this apartment faster than I have the entire time that I've lived, because I've been there.
You could
and also
find
other people
that
that I know have been
people that do all that stuff for you.
What, maids?
What was that company we made or that we were gonna do? It was like you might get laid or whatever.
We have an idea. We have an idea for like a sketch, and it's like a
cleaning
it's
service.
a cleaning service for
guys.
A guy who has a girl coming over,
right?
And he's like, I need your help, guys.
Yeah.
But then
all the movers think that they're gonna get laid.
But then at the end, they clean up the space, and they're like waiting around, and they're like, you guys can go. Here's your tip, and it's like, I thought this was a gang. I thought this was a sex party.
Yeah, ladies, men know how to clean, especially when they think they're about to get laid. 100%. If some girl's like, I'm coming over,
let me tell
you'll never see anything more spotless.
A guy will learn how to cook a Michelin-starred dinner for somebody
in 30 minutes.
Out.
Yeah. We're capable of so much. We just don't. We're just lazy. We don't care.
We just need to think with our head.
Right. We're gonna get laid. You've been eating ramen the last 5 years, and you think, and some girls coming over, you think you're gonna get laid?
Let me fucking.
In some weird way, your brain, like a different part of your brain turns on, and all of a sudden you're cooking souffles, and you're like, let's go. You just this Gordon Ramsay in the kitchen for some reason, and you're impressing yourself too.
This is reminding me, just because Jose is our editor, it reminded me when one of the things that like being single helped me with was, to like during that time, I also like created my web series which shout out Jose and Chewy Chats. I remember being at Jose's apartment And he was like, "Hey, you want something to eat or
California?
whatever?" No. He lived in New York for multiple years, and right, Jose?
Yeah, I moved to California at the end of 2019.
Yeah, exactly what he said.
Now you're in your mom's basement, Jose.
It's actually the first story of my parents' house. They live upstairs.
But Jose, he would. I remember multiple times he'd be like, "You want? I got like some like Cajun turkey and little rolls." It was the most single fucking thing ever. These tiny little like Hawaiian rolls, ripping them open and putting some fucking thing. And it was like, all right, now let's go film a web series.
Okay, in my defense, Kirk wasn't paying me to film his web series, and I didn't have any money. So I'd get Hawaiian rolls, and I'd open them up, and I'd put Sausalito turkey inside, and I'd get some Munster cheese, and I'd squish them, and I'd heat them up, and it'd be delicious. And it was great to just quickly eat, and so that Kirk could leave my house. I hate this podcast.
Got any food? I have cheese strings. Yeah.
But that's literally because
You know what I loved? I forget what episode it was, but it was like the last episode, I think.
Yeah,
we
2
were just
episodes
kind of
ago.
like wrapping up the show, and Jose was just sitting there eating a sandwich. It was so great. He's just chilling eating a sandwich.
Hey, look at him right now. He's probably eating something so disrespectfully
Yeah,
right now.
Disrespectful.
Anyways, yeah, guys, focus on self-care. Let's keep moving on. I think that it's going to be one that's constant throughout.
Exactly. Take care of yourself. Because if you're single, you got to learn to take care of yourself. So when you're alone, you know how to take care of yourself.
Basically,
and you're not crying.
Basically, this tip is learn how to fucking clean your
Wash
apartment
yourself. Take a
before
shower.
you're with somebody.
Exactly. Now we're moving on to the next tip, which is number 6, okay? Pursue your own interests. Do some soul searching to discover what it is you really like about yourself and your unique likes and dislikes. You know, what are they, right? Then make a serious effort to include things you really like in your everyday life. That might mean diving into a new hobby, finding music you really like, curating your wardrobe to reflect your sense of style, whatever it is that you think you'd really enjoy, you know? Not only will this help you be happier when you're single, but it will also help you feel more confident in your future relationships, both romantic and otherwise. Yeah, when I was single, I would try to dress up as nice as possible, as often as possible, because you just feel good. You feel like you got your shit together. Fake it till you make it. I don't fucking
So
know.
first, I would say another rule, just like a little sub rule for this is like definitely don't wear the glasses we're wearing. We're only wearing them because
or two of them at the same time.
yeah, I mean, because this is not. You gotta understand, this is not the wardrobe. No, I'm only doing this because I'm locked in a room.
Yeah, I'm wearing fuzzy animal loafers right now.
Yeah, pursue your own interest.
Yeah, you gotta learn to focus on your own shit, because then when you find someone, and then you should still have your own hobbies, and they should have their own hobbies too. So you got your shit together, and now you're like, you know what? This is something I want to do. This is something, you know, that and like your own time that just kind of satisfies you.
You got to optimize on the time that you have in this situation that you're in to do the things that you enjoy or that challenge you in a good way. For years, subconsciously, I would judge myself for how much I loved video games. And it was the pandemic and being single as fuck during
Judge
the
yourself
pandemic.
like what? Like
Being like, God, this is, you know, like
you're
I
not
did
doing
it.
anything real life.
But
yeah.
like that type of like, oh, you're not doing anything. But like the pandemic helped totally reshape that for me. It's like, it is something that brings me so much joy, and the fact that a lot of it right now is social as well, which is another great thing. As when you're single, it leans to the right.
Yeah, it's like, and this one's leaning back. It's okay.
Yeah, pursue your own interests.
Yeah, I love video games. I've always loved video games. But but that's for me is not like a hobby or an interest. It's just kind of like a little getaway. That's why I'm like, okay, go to the gym or do comedy or write something or
Write something,
do some
yeah.
improv,
Audition,
and-
do different things like that.
Do
Yeah.
some stuff outside of the video games.
Unless
you're making money off playing
Oh,
video games,
yeah.
then all chips in.
You're a multi-thousandaire on Twitch. Yeah, I would say pursue your own interest in the aspect. I know for us, it would be creatively.
Right.
You know, I know for me, it's like, you know, it even
This
said
podcast.
This podcast, no joke. This podcast pursued an interest. We were both single when we started this.
Yeah.
We were both single. It came from our beautiful single minds.
Right.
Our super smart Alex and Kirk single minds.
Yeah.
Wow, how brilliant are we?
Yeah, we're good. We're doing. You know what? We're doing pretty
We're
good.
doing pretty good.
We're doing pretty
think
good.
Yeah,
guys are pretty
yeah.
good.
Shut up, Jose. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, but video games. I needed to do stuff outside of that just to make it be like, okay, video games are okay to play whenever I want because I'm doing other stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's move on. We're in the top 5 tip now. Spend plenty of time with your family and friends. Being single doesn't mean you have to spend a lot of time by yourself. In fact, it's easier to get together with your friends when you're single. Get together with them? No, I'm kidding. Plan day trips with your besties. Meet up with your work buddies after your ship. After your ship? After your long sailing ship across
You're doing
the
great.
Atlantic
You're doing
Ocean.
great this tip.
Great. Or have movie marathons with your old friends from college. The world is yours. That's how this. The world is yours when you're single. Spend it with the people that you want to.
Yeah. And look, if you hate your family and you don't have any friends, get a pet. Get an animal.
Get a hermit crab.
Get a hermit crab or a mirror. Talk to yourself.
Talk to yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, like I said on multiple episodes, I'm my own best friend. And you got to be your own best friend when you're single.
And, you know, I'll be completely honest. One of the things that I embraced and loved about being friends with you and how it flourished was your energy when our friendship was really starting to flourish at the beginning of the pandemic. I was like, this is what I need.
Yeah,
I need
it was
this
sexual.
person.
There was a lot of tension.
It was like
There was a lot of tension.
It was like so the sexual tension was crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Especially when you wear those spandex outfits with the ripped crotch.
And my dick is popping
Your
out.
dick's popping out. That was great.
No, but seriously, the energy that you exuded and like started your day with was really helpful for me with the place that I was in when the pandemic started, and knowing that like, oh, I'm never gonna see a woman again in the rest of my life. That changed, but no, but it was you know what I mean. Like, it was the exact energy that I needed to kind of observe, to be like, oh, like, what is that for me? What is this?
Oh, you saw my single energy, and you were
And I was like,
you were
maybe
this guy's gangster.
Well,
I
I was like, oh, he's on the right track there. Me, it's definitely not that, but maybe something of that, you know, that essence, and putting it. What does that look like for me? But it's and a lot of that came from.
You saying I helped you find your single confidence?
Absolutely. You know what? I'll be fucking completely honest with you. I'm serious. I'm serious. This it did, and I think that was a bunch of things that the pandemic kind of helped me with. And that is spending time with your family and friends. Spent a lot of time with you. Got very comfortable with myself and who I was and what I had to offer for groups of people.
Yeah. How did we naturally become so close of friends? I don't really remember like that. We played Warzone, but no, it was Burn. We were playing. We were hanging out at Burn.
But then, I mean, we're both these two single bachelors, and pandemic. I cannot remember whether I posted something on Instagram or this or that. You reached out to me. I remember it was a social media interaction, and you were like, You're like, hey, you play like Warzone? Let's squad up. And I'm like, oh, I don't know. I don't really play Warzone. Oh, I only play like multiplayer. He's like, ah, fuck off. Just fucking play.
Yeah.
And then we started playing. And then you were just like, hey, me and a bunch of college friends are doing a house party like game thing.
No,
you wanna?
Oh yeah.
And then that was something that flourished into me becoming friends with some of your friends from college. And then shortly after that, we started playing with like Chris and Tyler and Gonzo and Brand, like all these different people.
Going to the beach
going
every
to the
weekend.
Beach. Yeah, guys, if you can't tell, you just gotta.
We've been through a lot.
You gotta embrace the freedom, and if you have other people who are in the same like space as you, embrace that. Embrace the friends and family that are in the same spot as you, and like make it like
when you're
there's something
single,
strong about that.
Yeah, when you're single, go out with the boys, have some beers with the boys, hang out with your parents, hang out with the family. It's okay to just be single. And then, but get ready when they're like, so, when are you going to settle down with a nice girl? That's when you go, shut up, Mom! And then you hang
Shut up, Mom! I'm moving out of your basement!
Shut up, Mom! I'm playing video games!
Yeah, moving out of your basement.
Right? I don't know anyone, who works on this show still in their mom's basement,
Yeah, me either.
Yeah. Jose, one day we're gonna get you out of that basement.
Yeah, we will. We're gonna like SWAT Team 6, Navy SEAL 6, Navy Army, bust you out.
What do you think Jose's room looks like?
Well, he has a girlfriend, so his girlfriend cleans it. He doesn't have to worry.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, we're moving on to the next tip, which is number 4. Okay. Hang out in places. Hang out in places where you'll meet people. All right. Well, don't be a creep. Okay. Don't be sitting in the park just being like. Don't be sitting in the park, right, wearing these glasses, and then everyone's like, sir, what are you doing? I'm here to meet people. Hello, I'm here to meet. Don't show up to places and they're like, hi, can I help you? Like, yeah, I'm here to meet people. Right? Don't do that.
Yeah, especially if you go to the bar and they're like, hi, yeah. So, your first time? Yeah. I'm here to meet people. Okay, I'm going to need...
You're a person, right?
You're a person, right? What's your name? It's not how this works.
You're a person, right? All right.
Sir, I need you to leave.
Hang out in places where you'll meet people, okay? Don't just rely on old friends. Get out there and make some new friends, too, consensually. When you get involved in activities and hobbies you really enjoy, you'll automatically have at least one shared interest with the people you meet while you're doing it, right? Mm-hmm. Unless you're a serial killer.
Yeah.
But then again, there's, what happens if, like, 2 serial killers meet up and target each other by accident, not knowing that the other one's a serial killer?
Can you imagine?
And they just become
and
best friends.
Secretly, are we writing a screenplay right now?
And then they both turn around with like rope and shit, and they're like, "Oh, I was gonna
kill you.
I was gonna kill.
Wait a second,
dude. We just become best friends. Yeah."
A serial killer love story.
Right.
I don't know.
And then they're like laughing in the park and like stabbing people, and that's
I don't know if I love or hate the serial killer theme of this month's episodes.
Yeah.
But
love comes in all shapes and sizes.
Love comes in all types of.
That would be a funny little short
mental diagnosis.
Yeah. We could make that a short.
Oh, we could absolutely make that short. That's a screenplay.
That's good.
Yeah.
If you go, here's some examples. If you go to an art exhibit you're really excited about, for instance, you could strike up a conversation with someone who seems really into some of the same paintings you like.
Hey, so,
how about that art, huh?
Hey, how do you? So, what are your thoughts on this piece?
Yeah, this one's called Mutilated Mother.
Yeah, I like how the mother's boobs are showing.
Yeah, I like boobs too.
Oh my God, did we just become best friends?
All right, here's another example. If you're spiritual, you might make friends at a local church or temple. Jesus will always be your friend. But I'm Jewish. So, Shabbat Shalom.
Yeah.
Look, volunteering can be a great way to meet other people as well, while you make a positive impact on your community. You know?
Yeah, like when you're volunteering to find that missing person,
Right.
that the serial killer,
Right.
like captured,
Right.
and then you meet this really, really like charming guy,
Right.
and you date for like 6 months, a year, and then you
Right.
find out he was the serial killer.
Right.
But you found love.
Yes.
He was amongst the sheeple.
Right. You found love in the serial killer. Right. But that's because you knew, maybe it worked out because you just knew each other's love languages, you know?
Exactly.
Perfect.
Exactly.
Perfect. Also, we don't condone serial
We
killing.
do not condone
Today's
serial
sponsor.
killing. Today's sponsor is
Rope
not.
and duct tape. Home Depot.
Oh my God.
Go to Home Depot and get all rope and duct tape and zip ties at 10% off. Just use the promo code NOTSerialKiller, #Doozy.
This episode brought to you by the serial killer tapes, available now on Doozy Flicks.
Yeah. Want to meet someone? There's a new dating app called Serial. I got
You can
nothing.
do this. You can do this. I know you can do it. I'm not. The one thing that I'm not doing is not shitting on him. I know he's got a good idea somewhere. Okay, so a dating app for serial killers. What is it?
All right, I got that.
You got this. Stop.
So I have-
So I want to meet somebody.
Okay, so if you're
You
if you're a serial killer and you want to meet someone,
Yeah.
we have some dating apps and sites that you can that you can meet people on, right?
Like what?
Well, one of the popular ones that used to be popular back in the day was chaintotheRadiator.com.
Okay.
That was a good one. And then that got shut down for some reason. But then does this smell like chloroform? .edu came out, and then that got shut down.
Yeah.
And now a really popular one that I've actually I'm a favorite of. It's called Till Death Do Us Part.
I've been really stuck on the
You get it?
do us part.
Till death do us
Till
part.
death do us part. Yeah.
Because they're serial
Because they're serial killer.
And they love them. Yeah.
But I've been stuck on the one for my bottomless well. Yeah. I've been really stuck on
Bottomless
that one.
wells.
Bottomless well. Yeah, I've been really stuck on that one. It hasn't worked out so
.gov,
far,
yeah.
but I'm gonna have to check out Till Death Do Us
Till
Part.
death do us part. Yeah. Yeah. Does this smell like chloroform?
I've
.edu?
I've heard that one is just all about looks.
Yeah.
And people have really weird fetishes about smell and stuff.
Yeah.
On there,
Go to Home Depot. Use the promo code. We got you.
Anyway, guys, we're gonna move on to the top 3 tip. Yeah,
Wow, we're in the top 3. We actually don't have an ad today,
we do not.
which is okay.
That is okay.
Yeah. We still love Botticelli's. Maybe they'll come back.
Yes,
but,
exactly.
Yeah.
I
I think it was all that serial killer time.
they took the time to watch at least one episode, and they're
They
like, "What
did.
the fuck?"
They were like, "What have they been doing this whole time?"
They've been doing what? Wait, we told them
Yeah.
creative freedom, and they went with it.
Exactly. But you know what? But this opens up a whole new door. If you're watching this and you want to sponsor us, let's do it.
Yes, we're in the single market for new sponsors, and we're completely open about this. We want to get, a good
Money.
yeah,
So
money, exactly.
Money.
So the top 3 tip is enjoy the freedom to make your own choices. When you're single, you'll have more opportunities to dive into your favorite hobbies, make time for self-care, and spend time with your friends, like we've been talking about. Think of it like dating yourself, huh? How can you treat yourself to the things that will really make you happy. Even little things can have a big impact on your overall well-being. Take advantage of the chance to have cereal for dinner. Okay, cereal for dinner.
Ted Flakes, yeah.
Ted Flakes!
Ted Flakes. It's just crispy human skin.
Oh, my God. Oh, it's so salty. Never had salty
Human skin
before.
is salty? Yeah,
Isn't
that
it?
makes sense.
Okay. Wait, what? Did I expose myself?
Isn't it, though? Okay.
Guys, also, you have the freedom to make your own choices, like fall asleep with the TV on.
Wow.
Or listen to your favorite songs at full volume in the car because you're drowning out the screams from the trunk.
Also, when you're in a relationship, you can't do any of these things, okay? You can't fall asleep with the TV on. You can't have cereal for dinner. And when you're in the car, you better not put that song up to full volume. Who are they dating? What is this?
What dictatorial,
Yeah.
like
This is
awful.
This is someone that had no. They finally got out, right? They finally got out of the basement.
These tips.
They crawled out of the well, and they were just like, I could have cereal for
The
dinner.
guy who created these tips was like, I just have to make tips on how to be single.
What's something that's wild that singles can do? Wow.
You're telling me I can get out of this
Put the
well if I
wrong
make
s-
these
yeah.
tips?
Yeah. Wear mismatched socks. Ooh.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Also, lastly, you can also choose how to spend your money. Travel where and when you want and accept those impromptu invitations from your friends. Can I ask you a question? When you were single, are you the type of person that when a friend would be like, hey, we're going out here, this or that, you want to come? Would you like... Would you be the person who would be like, fuck yeah, I'm coming? And they'd be like, all
You
right,
sounded
we'll
like the
see."
guy from Silence of the Lambs.
Hey, would you fuck me? Would you fuck me? Hey, we're going out on the town tonight. We're going out on the town tonight. We're going out of the town and look really pretty. Would you fuck me?
Yeah.
Fuck me.
Wow.
No, for real, but are you the type of person when you were single and Buffalo Bill would call you and be like,
Hey, you want to come out? We're going to this or whatever.
would you say, absolutely, I'm on my way? Or would there be times that you'd be like,
There'd be a little hesitation at first.
because it's Buffalo Bill?
Right. Yeah. But that's the thing. Like, when you're single, you don't. You could be like, nah, I'm good. Or you can go out if you want. You don't have to. Because in a relationship, if, your significant other is like, hey, we're going out with my friends tonight as a couple.
You're like,
and
since
you're
when?
You're like, oh. The best, when you're meeting your significant other's friends and, like their girlfriends, and you meet, like, the boyfriends, and, like, it's like they're best friends, and then you meet the boyfriend, and you're just like, oh God, we gotta be.
You're like, oh, we gotta be friends. Hopefully, I like you or tolerate you.
Yeah, and I've been in situations where, like, her friend is cool, but the boyfriend's just so shitty, and then
I
like
understand that. Yeah,
they'll
it's a hit or
leave the
miss.
room, and then we're just kind of sitting there, and he's like, so, and I'm like, no, dude.
I'm like, don't even try.
Give it a break.
Oh, like, give it a rest.
Give it a rest already.
Give it a rest, all right, buddy. We have nothing in common.
Give it a rest already, will you?
You're not dating me. You don't have to talk to
You're
me.
not dating me. You don't have to talk to me.
No, and also I would say I would caution you. Absolutely make your own choices, but also don't be the guy who's like, Buffalo Bill calls you. It's like, hey, we're going out tonight. You want to come? I get the lotion for you. Yeah. You can put it on your skin. Just don't say something like, I'm having a me night. Because that guy will be like, every night's a me night for you, you idiot. Just stand your ground. Be like, nah.
No, and what's crazy is those nights when the boys are like, hey, we're going out tonight. And you're like, I'm not really feeling it. Go out, because that might be the night that you meet someone and you're no longer single again. You don't know when you're single, take on every opportunity.
That's true.
Go out, do some crazy shit because you can.
Because if there's one thing that is constant about this, absolutely enjoy this freedom, all this different stuff, but do not be the person who is complaining about how you're single and you aren't even making the choices that are in your ability to be around people.
You're not going out. You're not making the effort.
You know?
Yeah. You're like, why am I still single? It's like, well, we tried to invite you out.
It's like, well, you had another me day.
Yeah, another
Alex.
me day. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm telling you, get until death do us part.
Yes.
There's so many great, charming
people.
Charming people on there.
Yeah.
Moving on.
The number 2 tip. Okay. Are you still with us?
I sure hope so.
We don't condone serial killers. Okay.
No, we don't.
We don't. You know, we're not fans of them. We're just saying this is a part of life. You know, we're creating the awareness. You know,
this is not a serial killer podcast.
Right. It's not. It's not. Number 2, go after your goals, okay? Being in a relationship takes a lot of time and effort. And sometimes that can come at the expense of doing some of the things you'd really like to do. When you're single, you don't have to worry about that. Ask yourself what you've always wanted to do, and then start taking the steps to make that dream a reality, okay? For example, if you really love to get into filmmaking, get up early one Saturday, head to the park with a video camera, and find your victim.
Yeah, just go to the video. Yeah.
There's no need to worry about whether someone else consents, right? You see that video of the camera guy at like the Oscars when he's going up into like he's going up into like into the actor's face. He's just like,
and the actors are just like,
yeah, and he's like really close to him, and he's just going with the cameras and shit. If you're really into filmmaking, go to the park and videotape people. Being in a relationship doesn't necessarily mean you have to give up on your goals, but it does mean you have someone else to consider as a witness. Before you make... This is just... We're just... Okay, great.
This guy who made these tips
before you make
in
a
danger.
big leap, right? It's just subliminal messaging. Before you make a big leap, like leaving your job to pursue a dream opportunity, right? Go after your goals. Yeah.
You know,
because you won't, because once you get the old ball and chain, you know, you won't be able to do the things you want to do.
You won't necessarily.
That's like a thing like during marriage.
Time.
It's like, I had dreams. I had aspirations.
Well, that's on you,
we got
bro.
married. Yeah, see, that's where
on
you need to
you,
do your
bro.
own hobbies.
You need to do your own
Yep.
introspection to realize, can I be with this person? Is this a person who is individual enough that will give me the permission to do the things that I love and the time? You know, of course, you're in a relationship. A relationship takes time and love and attention. But if you're with somebody and you follow these tips, you might be able to find somebody who will respect that Saturday morning you're waking up at 4:30 in the morning and you're filming people in the park.
Right. And they don't need to see what you're filming. Just know that you're an aspiring filmmaker.
Yeah, just tell them you're going to the park for a early morning stroll. You
And
love the sunrise.
Just make sure your tapes are well hidden. Okay? Wow.
You know, on a
This
serious
has become on a serial note.
No, guys, on a serial note. On a serial note, though, like
This is just the serial killer podcast.
being single helped me to like accomplish goals like to create my own work, and I did that with our editor Jose, and you can check that on YouTube and stuff. Chewy Chats. Jose is incredible. He wrote it and also filmed and did everything. I acted in
We also
it. But
did
it
a
helped
background
me.
check on him, and he is not a serial killer.
Yeah, no, not yet.
Nice.
Yeah, exactly. But
We're gonna get the ratings for like these new episodes this year, and it's just gonna be all like the serial killers just gonna be like, oh, love this podcast.
Love this one.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny. That's so me.
Yeah. So I'm definitely tip number 5 for sure. Yeah. But on
yeah.
a serial note.
But yeah, guys, on a serial note, go after your goals. You have so much time to really do what you want to do. I mean, it's all connected.
Until you get caught. Okay. All right. Enough with the serial jokes.
All right.
We're at the number 1 tip.
We're at the number 1 tip. Let's fucking
Wow.
do it.
Let's cruise. Let's do it. It's
one.
gonna get dark soon. I gotta
tip.
get to the park.
I'm meeting someone at the park.
I'm meeting someone at the park.
That's guys, the final tip on how to be single. It is learn new skills to become more self-reliant. If you haven't been single for long, you might be definitely. You might be used to relying on someone else for some of the day-to-day tasks in your life, like mowing the lawn, cooking meals, paying bills, chopping up the body. When you're single, it's up to for you to do these things on your own. Bonnie's no longer around, Clyde. Don't be intimidated, though. It's actually really empowering to learn to take care of things you haven't been able to do before. If you feel overwhelmed or you don't know how to do something, reach out to a family, friend, or neighbor for help.
Or the police. Yeah, no, that's you gotta look, because partners come and go, all right?
Yeah.
Everyone's had at least a couple relationships, bad breakups.
Natural.
Like,
It's
look,
natural. It's
yeah,
totally
it's
natural.
natural.
Don't beat yourself up for it.
Right. You need to be single until you find someone that comes along where it's just effortless. There's an effortless connection, and
Yeah.
and they support everything you do, no matter how crazy or illegal it is. And but until then, be single. Enjoy being single and just learning new things about yourself and going out there and I love those days.
Taking the
You know?
years, taking the time.
And it doesn't you could be single until you're like 40. And then you meet someone, and it's just perfect. Like
Get this time clock,
yeah.
this societal time clock,
Yeah.
out of
Tru-
your
yeah.
fucking head.
Trust the
because
timing
you
of your life,
only
for sure.
live once. Don't adhere to other people's vision of who you are. When I took the time to spend multiple years on my fucking self, and then I met my girlfriend, it like blew my mind because I was like, oh, I feel like we fundamentally can understand one another. And that
because you understand yourself.
I understood myself.
Yeah.
And that made it so much more mind-blowing to be like, oh my God, it is possible for this person to be like, I totally get what you mean. Like, I respect that or this or that. And for me to do the same for them. And that's the beauty of it. The beauty of being with somebody is not always the love that you share. I think it's the acknowledgement of the love that they have for themselves. You know?
Yeah,
I think
you need
to
that.
be able
You need
to-
that self-love.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's because sometimes when you're having down days, you look at that person that's got their shit together, and it's got to be you got to be inspired to take care of yourself.
Yeah.
You know, from your partner.
Absolutely. You know, I look at my partner and I'm like, gosh, like she is so fucking smart. She's so fucking talented, funny. Last episode, throwing so many fucking zingers, just absolutely
Great skin.
slamming you. But I see her be her own person, and it's inspiring, and it reminds me to be like, God damn it, this is so fucking great, you know, and it inspires me to do the same and stuff, you know. But I wouldn't have been able to do that if I didn't do it for myself first, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, well, those are the top 7 tips right there.
Top 7 tips on how to be single. For a on a serial note, guys, I really, really hope this was helpful.
Just being serial. I just enjoy being single. That's it.
Enjoy it. Yeah,
Being single fucking rocks.
because at the end of the day, guys, look at us. Look at us.
If you want to be single the rest of your life, that's fine. There's
Yeah.
nothing wrong with that either.
Yeah.
I know so many people that have just been single their whole life by choice, and they've thrived and have had fun and have been able to meet a bunch of different partners and relationships, but they thrive more on their own. You know, some people enjoy that.
Yeah. Guys, all of you single fans out there and listeners and viewers, you're fucking dope. So embrace how fucking dope and awesome you are. And don't feel the need to change or augment who you are for somebody's love. Because
That was great. I enjoyed that.
Because if you love yourself at 50 and then somebody comes around and and they love you at 60, you're going to be like, oh my God, this is so great. But they're not really loving you to your full potential. So take the time to love yourself to 100 so that other person can go above and beyond to really show how awesome you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's end on that. That was a good note.
I love it.
Let's
I love it.
And
Guys,
we love you.
I love you. I love you.
Yeah.
I love myself. I love you guys.
I love myself. I love my mom.
son.
I love my job. I love my toothbrush. You ever seen that video? The girl.
Now
great.
tell me I'm pretty. Take me to
Yeah,
dinner.
dinner,
And
fuck me.
Love you guys. We'll see you next episode. Stay sexy and single, but well, not forever.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Thanks for watching the Man Doozy podcast.
We'll see ya next week for the final episode of the February dating and relationship series. Lassie, before you go, please, share this.
we promise it's not about serial killers.
We promise.
We promise. Okay.
Yeah, guys.
Share this with your friends.
Subscribe.
YouTube, Twitter, all that good shit.
Yeah, Twitch.
Do
we're
it.
Available on. Just do it. Just
Do
it.
If there's something you want us to talk about that you're interested in, hit us up.
And have us teach you.
Comment,
Yeah.
and we'll teach it to you.
Guys, we love you. See you next episode. Peace.
We love you, and we love that you love yourselves.
Nice.
Bye-bye. Goodbye.
On a serial note.
On a serial note.